What's up, guys? It's Battleface TV. We're back with another video. With Legacy of Destruction now legal, everybody's picking up new decks or going back to old decks. I got new support. I chose to play Tenpai Dragon. People don't know, I am a college student, so cards are very, very, very hard for me to get a hold of unless I have to get them like super late when everybody's already explored the archetype. But luckily for me, Tenpai Dragon is cheap and accessible with a few exceptions. You do have to play the Trident Dragon if you want to kill under Prosperity. And also, you have to play Heat Waves, and the Pydoras are like $20 a card now, apparently. But it was pretty easy for me to get all the cards before Legacy of Destruction released. So we had our locals yesterday. It was the first time it was legal. I went 0-1 and 2. I did not perform well. Yeah, I played like trash. So instead of me just pouting and not posting this video, I decided, why not? Let's go over the matches. Let's see how I did, and let's talk about how I could have improved as a duelist. And with that, let's get into the video. So we're playing Valmonica and my friend Jacob. I let him go first because I won the die roll, and the whole objective of Tenpai is to go second and kill you. So he proceeds to do his thing. I asked to field spell because I don't know how this deck works, and I think he just like gets something and he pendulum summons a monster, and then he passes, and then I think we proceed to kill him. Yeah, yeah, we get the field spell and it makes everything unaffected, and then we get Sengen Kaiman, and then we go through the normal line, Pydra into Chandra. He bounces the Chudra, which is really weird. And then like we quick synchro into the 7 bring 3 back, make 10 bring 7 back, and then like yeah, he just scoops at this point because we were gonna kill him really, really badly. And then we're deciding going into game 2. Um, he elects to go first, which is fine. He goes like full combo, and he ends on like a Baguska, which I regret because I imperm him at some point. Like there's an imperm. I should have not impermed him because I cannot out this Baguska. He also set rotation me in the draw phase. And it made it really, really hard. So I regret not siding in my Cosmics. But yeah, so he set rotation me, which is like okay, I guess, because we don't necessarily need the field spell to play. But yeah, we kind of get like absolutely cooked here. And yeah, so I'm just letting him play out. Yeah, so I don't know what this deck does. I can't really explain it. I'm not the best at it, but Valonica is an interesting archetype, but I don't think it's going to be very good until it gets like the new support. When it's all there, I think it'll be work as an engine rather than like a deck. But it looks fun. We super poly his board. We make Mud Dragon, and I realize I don't play a Synchro 8 in this deck because yeah, this deck has no Synchro 8s. So we just make SP, banish something. In realistic terms, we should have not played Super Poly in the deck. I was testing with my friend earlier, and he told me, "Do not play Super Poly. Do not play Super Poly. Do not play Super Poly." When what did I do? I played Super Poly, and yeah. So I called him earlier this morning, and he told me he pretty much laughed in my face and said, "Yeah, I told you so." So yeah, that's a lesson that we learned. There's certain cards that we cannot play in this deck, like Super Poly. While it's a good board breaker, yeah, you only have one Super Poly target really, and it's Mud Dragon, and you only play one of it. So if you don't play more than one, you're kind of cooked. So yeah, we proceed to go. I proceeded to like try and crack this board. We get Hydra get Chudra a quick play spell. We go battle phase, and I realized that this is like game 3 at this point, and I'm pretty much down on resources, and he tries to like pop one of my cards, but we're like, no, we're just gonna quick synchro into the 7, and then 7 bring 3 back and make the synchro 10. So he can't use monster effects and he can't use any effects in the battle phase. But I realize I can't kill him. Yeah, and we're like having like 2 minutes left. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll make seals pass here. I think, yeah, I'm like contemplating. We make seals. There's a lot of reading in these games, which makes it very, very hard. But I decided to go make seals pass. We bounce the seals because when he tries to steal it, we're like, yeah, no, we're gonna bounce the seals. We're gonna wall up. And when I wall up, time gets called and we draw. So round 2, we're playing our boy DK. He's a great friend of mine, and we had an honorary agreement that I would not side in shifter for the locals because we're pretty good friends, and we just want this to be as competitive as possible. Plus, it's very good testing because you will not always see shifter, so I acted like I didn't side in shifter for any of these games. I let him go first. He goes pre-prep, His hand was not that great, so if he didn't go pre-prep, he loses the duel right here because we can just Ash the pre-prep and then Valor the low, and he has to pass turn. And yeah, so he attempts to Valor the low, and he has Serapis for it, and it's like, it sucks. But it is what it is. We didn't have any other interruption. Luckily, he didn't have talents in hand to like hard punish us, but that's very good for us. So he just does full voiceless voice combo. He ends on and he summons a pendulum graph, which is like very annoying for this deck because all our spells have to resolve. And so he has low in the graveyard. Yeah, so he does everything. He gets another low for a follow up in case his low gets like super polyed or something. And then he activates our heart activates a prayer to ritual summon Graph Dragon, and I'm like, this is a problem because Graph Dragon negates a spell card by pushing itself back into the pendulum scales. And yeah, he has one set and like no cards in hand. So we attempt to super poly. We really should have super polyed the low and the pendulum graph into like a mud dragon. That way we can continue to play. But he still just has the pendulum graph, and he doesn't have the negate with Skull Guardian, which is very very good. So we proceed to like continue to push. We go prosperity. I grabbed terraforming instead of Sangan Kaiman. I don't know why. I think I just wanted access to the field spell, so he couldn't negate everything. And then I activated it, and he pushes himself back. And we asked for a ruling here because I'm not 100% sure if Pendulum Graph can just like negate the activation. Like I know like the planets all have something they do on activation, and this doesn't do it on activations. It does it like you activate it and then you activate it again. So yeah, he can negate it. So we attempt to do the whole combo. We make Black Rose here and we nuke his board, and realizing I have no cards in hand, I lose. So I scoop it up. We immediately go to game two. Not Black Rose is only should be made for Ubel because Ubel is a very very bad matchup for us, and only if you have cards in hand. Only if you have cards in hand. So we proceed to go to game two. We were talking here. I told him I wouldn't side in Shifter because I'm not evil. So yeah, we proceed to just go to game two. I love DK. This guy's very, very good. He's probably the best voices player I know, and he's not like as try hardy as some of the other people there. So he's a very good guy to test with. So he starts with I believe it's Barrier for Saphira, and like he just has everything. Dear Lord, I always play him, and it's always an uphill battle. Like anytime he just like he like draws the nuts. I'm like, how do I crack this freaking board, bro? The answer is you can't because he has Skull Guardian and like I go Bestial Magnuma and he searches a low. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot he has a normal summon. So yeah, so he goes normal summon low, set trap, and we're like, well, crap. So yeah, so we have a Magnuma in a dream. So I really on the Magma search in the end phase, you'll see here I grabbed Hydra like an idiot because I didn't have anything. I should have just grabbed the Chudra and made the Synchro 10. But instead, I think we draw into Prosper. We go Pros for 3 here because I want access to the OTK line. No, we go 6, and we do not see the field spell. We see another Super Poly. We just grab a Duster because I don't know. I thought we were trying to bait out the Skull Guardian negate. He wasn't biting on any of those. So we had double Cosmic in here. We just Cosmic both his back row away. So yeah, we go Sangan summoning, and he hard negates it, and we go Hydra. Yeah, so it protects us our fire dragons. So we grab Sangan Kaiman here. Really, this instead of grabbing Hydra, it should have been freaking Chudra. So we just make the Synchro 10. So we really should just gone Synchro 10 and then like a battle hit, and then I just scoop because like I played like trash. So the thing I mainly learned from this is don't get greedy with your back row hate. Don't side in too much because I had like 6 forms of back row hate in the deck. Realistically, it should have just been 3. And I really, really edited the deck. And we're talking here about what I could have done differently. And he's like walking me through his extra deck because like the voice engine is so much different than other people, especially in the mirror match. He plays like Lina and like Celine Access Code, and I think that's a very good package to have in the voiceless voice deck. And like he's playing like the pure version with like Maximus because Maximus is a spellcaster, he can bring it back. So I think that package is very very good. So yeah, that's it for round 2, and we'll go into round 3 here shortly. So this is round three. We're playing another voiceless voice player. This time it's our boy Fee. He's the one he's very very good at this game. Uh, we were both playing Infernoble at the time, and I was definitely clapping him because he learned the hard way that you can add any Infernoble card, but instead I just like normal summoned it, so it's like whatever. So I let him go first. The Tenpai Dragon second deck. It is what it is. We Ash pre-prep. I think he just passed. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, he just set two pass. He deactivates a ritual spell, and I like hard bricked. Like my hand was dookie, so I just like set three and pass. So like yeah, honestly, I should be playing blasters in this deck. So yeah, so lesson for the future: make sure you're playing the right cards in the deck. So he also like hard bricked, so I just like let him do his thing. Add Saphira, Saphira. He does like full voiceless combo, and yeah, it's just very very hard to crack this board. So he goes like Saphira, Ritual Summon Low, and I'm thinking I didn't have a Bestial in hand, so yeah. So I proceeded to let him do his thing. He added Old Man, and realistically, I should be always holding the Super Poly for when the spell is in the deck. So like right here, after he summoned it, we Super Poly his board. And I think that's what we do. No, we actually hold off, which is surprising because I could have realistically just Super Polyed his board away. So I really should have, which is like dumb. So he uses a trap card to pop a card, and it's a bluff infirm. So he adds a trap back, and I'm like, well, he doesn't have field spell engraved, so we're chilling right now. So he sets one and passes. I draw into squat, and I scoop because I can't play this deck without bricking the first like 5-6 times in the match. So it's fine. We learned something. It's all about learning the deck. So yeah, so this deck's very, very hard to pilot. Don't let anybody tell you it's super easy going second. No, 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 no. No deck in Yu-Gi-Oh is that easy to pilot. It takes a lot of takes a lot of focus. Takes a lot of knowing what you're playing, know what your matchups are, know what cards you're playing, and also knowing what cards that other deck is playing. So like for example, the Voices Voice Engine is like really, really expansive, and they play like 12 hand traps. So and letting them go first is like an absolute death sentence that I learned in round two against DK. So I opt to go first, and I side in Heat Waves and Shifters because I want to try the deck with Shifter. And I don't draw either one of them. I don't know how. Like, dear Jesus, those are new sleeves. I don't know how I don't draw Heat Wave or Shifter. I like draw every other hand trap. I really should be starting out my the Infirm is such a dead card in this matchup. So yeah, he goes first. He goes second. He activates Blessing, and we barrier, and we ogre that so fast. So and we droplet his diviner, and he sets two and passes, and we activate Sangan coming, and he ogres me. So yeah, we just lose. I think we just hard lose, and he also was mad breaking, so I also passed back, and yeah, this duel was not fun. Yeah, we just kept passing back, and good lord, my hands are not that good. So yeah, he adds the Saphira. Yeah, he just goes voiceless voice combo. This and he tribute summon. He hard activates the field spell, and we're like, okay, yeah, we have to bestial it here, and we chain the super poly, so he can't summon the low out. So he adds another low. I'm like, I'm an idiot. So I activate Mud. I shouldn't have activated Mud Dragon called Dark here. This was my biggest misplay of the day. So he imperms it, and the set card that he has is a super card. That hooks the deck if you don't play it right. So realistically, we just lost this duel. The minute we said Mud Dragon called Dark, yeah, we just lost. We tried like one more hand trap, and like we stop him from getting Skull Guardian on the board. Yeah, he just like super powers. So, yeah, so that's the game. I just immediately admit defeat. So yeah, you see, you see us talking, but yeah, I just immediately admit defeat, and I'll give you guys a runback of what I've learned and how I've changed. So there's a few things I've learned in playing Tenpai Dragon that yes, you can play as many board breakers and hand traps as you want, but also some of those times that playing those board breakers and hand traps can be also a detriment because you see too many. And you want to play as many engine pieces as you can. Because in the deck I was playing like I believe 19 pieces of engine if you count the Magnum Mutt, the Prosperities, and the Terraforming. So really, it all comes down to how you build the deck and what cards you want to see the most. And for Tenpai Dragon, you want to see engine and like you mainly want to see like two pieces of engine. You want to see the field spell and like Pydora or Chudra. Really, those three cards. Mainly field spell and Pydra because that's like full combo. And also another thing is if you go second and they have a clear board and you have the field spell, excuse me, sorry, you should be also turboing out the level 10 immediately. Because if you turbo out the level 10, they're locked out of the main phase and the battle phase. So they can't activate Super Poly, they can't activate any of their cards. So realistic, and you're playing like a deck that you struggle against, like Hubel, you can make Black Rose, and then you save the Singing Kaiman quick play spell for the battle phase, and that way you get green, green summon red, and then like you just go full combo again. So it's like it's all about how you play the deck, but it's also knowing what you're playing against, and that's the main thing that I've learned playing this deck. Is all about technical play, and that's the one thing I've been struggling the most at. While I thrive in simple game states, big monsters, attack, game. But there's so much to play around this format, being a hand trap format and a board breaker format as well. With cards, since Baron and Savage being banned, you can play cards like Droplet, you can play cards like Talon, Snatch Steal, Change of Heart. You have to play around everything in this format. So just limiting it down to what you know that your deck loses to and how to play around it is completely fine. So that's it for this video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll bring you guys another locals vlog on Thursday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Now, also one more thing. Let me know what you guys want me to play, because there's so much I want to play this format. I want to play Marincess. I want to play Sword Soul. I want to go back to playing Chimera Horus even for a little bit, or just pure Chimera Illusion. So I'll make a poll next week on what I should play next format. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.